All right, guys, we are here. We are here. We are here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to get to do this show, not just me, but with my guy, my battle buddy, my screen review buddy, ScreenLearning. We are definitely here. We're so in sync. Hey, I had to put on a goddamn. This was quite a show that we actually went through. I'm trying to tell you right now. Screen, can you hear me? You got to get the mic. Your mic is doing it. We're going to make sure you're in here for this one. But this one was crazy. We got to make sure you get it right. We got to make sure you're right, brother. I'm not going nowhere without you.
I'll go live when the music stops.
Okay, I got you. Hang on, let me make sure I get it correct. I don't know why it's low. I don't know why. So we gotta definitely get it right now. We're trying to make sure we get the mics ready. Make sure everything is squared away. This is a pretty crazy one, guys. We gotta go in on this one. We did our job. And it's just pretty bad. It is just pretty bad on this one. Screen, give me a 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, you guys just come out and come right back in. Come out and come right back on in, man. This is pretty dark, man. What I know everybody right now is probably like trying to figure out about the British chick, but right now. I wanted to stay faithful as well as ScreenLearning. And we wanted to go ahead and do a movie review. That's why I put on a suit jacket and a uniform, because I wanted to be professional for this one. This was a one-time only thing where we got to go watch. I want to say WAP, but it literally, this movie outdid WAP. This movie outdid WAP. It makes Cardi B's music video look like a gospel video. I listen, man. If any of your friends co-sign this movie, I'm going to keep them out of your house. I'm going to play some music for y'all. Now, just trying to get WAP back. What's going on, David? Now, I'm going to do my review on the movie. I went in unbiased. Ladies and gentlemen.
A little bit of technical difficulties. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear.
You're a little bit more better.
Okay.
A little more better.
Yeah, how did Netflix do this? So, I don't know where we left off at, but...
Okay, we're just starting. You know, I wouldn't
Okay.
start without you, partner. So, we're definitely here, guys. This was a very interesting... I won't ever be able to get that part of my life back.
Neither will I.
I just want I just want to be able to get that part of my life back. Screen, how do you feel about that movie?
So first of all, like the poster, the original poster that Netflix put out there, that poster is the movie. Okay, there's no reason they should have changed that poster. The poster, the original one where the girl was crouched down and they were all in their little poses, that is the movie. That's number one. Number two, there is no way that anyone can put sugar on this mess and make it remotely sweeter than what it is. This was child.
This is child porn. Screen.
Okay.
Don't even try to sugarcoat.
Okay. I'm not.
There is no way, dude. I went through so many beers, and that could not dull me down. We had to stop. The movie's only an hour and 36 minutes. There are videos longer than that.
Thankfully, it's that long. But it was that short.
God, I hope we don't get a like, I almost didn't think. Listen, bro. I almost didn't think I was gonna make it. Whoever told y'all it's about dancing is full of shit.
They were dancing. They were dancing. They were dancing. But it's crazy because, well, okay. Do you want to just go from the top and just break it down? All right.
Let's start from the top.
All right.
There's too much that we have.
Let's just
go over.
So Kane is saying it wasn't that serious. It was a dumb movie. Kane, I don't know what you watched, but BMT and I just watched it together. And it definitely is what everybody was talking about. Kane, it was exactly what everybody was talking about.
They were spot on.
Exact spot on. It should be NC-17. So let's just go from the top, break this thing on down, and just remove any type of doubt that people have that this is just dancing and the NC-17 rating was not justified, because it was justified. It was justified.
That thing should have been XXXXX rating.
Yes, because just starting from the very beginning, the girls were going to school looking like Atlantic City hookers. Point blank, period.
But no, okay. We gotta be let's be genuine.
Okay.
So it first starts off, lovely girl in her house. And she's, with her family, her mom, her little brother. There's a baby there. So there's 3 children and a mom. No father.
Right.
However, it is a synagogue. It is a synagogue family. They're Muslim based, and literally, the woman. Now, this is a very key component, and about we're professionals. We took notes. So
we took notes. Yeah.
In 3 minutes, in the 3-minute section, you have it where Amy, which is the main character, she doggone goes down with the women, and the women are talking about being decent women. Pay attention. Decent, obeying of their culture, wholesome, and pretty much if you become disgusting and filthy, you will burn in hell with all the other women, including the OnlyFans and TikTok women of social media and Tinder. Screen, I pass it over to you.
All right. So the first thing I point out that's really worth commenting on was just the whole concept of good hair versus bad hair. When it first starts, one of the first few scenes, the main character goes into the laundry room, and you got the other girl. We'll call her the nerd. The nerd, she's doing laundry. She's booty popping and stuff while at the I think it's a dryer. And the main character comes in and sees her. Yeah, the dryer. The main character comes in and sees her. She puts her hair on the ironing board and irons it. It has no problem. The main character tries to emulate that, and her hair gets burned. To me, that was kind of them saying that it was kind of like the good hair, bad hair, where 4C is supposed to be bad hair, and I guess 1C is good hair. That's why her hair didn't get burned. So it was just that implanting seeds of just the whole hair type of deal right there. That's the first thing that I saw from like the first scene.
Yeah, it was pretty. Okay, so if you need to, and I want to make sure I can show it to you guys. If y'all need to see the characters, I know some people are asking, well, why did y'all watch it? Now y'all gotta understand, we did tell y'all we were going to review it.
Yes, we did. We were supposed to review it with
honest and
other
review it.
people. We were supposed
They
to review
flaked.
it with other people. They flaked. It's all good because they won't be able to push out their agenda. I don't know why they have an agenda, but push out their agenda to say that this is worth watching. Number one, it should be NC-17, and if it's NC-17, you can't watch it with your children. It's a movie with children in there. They're 11 years old. So it's a movie with 11-year-olds in there. NC-17, you can't watch it with your children. Pretty much, it's the only people who are really going to watch this are going to be like that guy who was the manager at the laser tag.
Oh God!
But I won't jump ahead to that yet. Let's just we'll go through slowly. We'll go through slowly.
Now, to be fair, now let's look at this. Out of 10, it got a 1.8 out of 10 in IMDb. It got 88% on Rotten Tomatoes and 68% Metacritic. 4% like this movie. God dang, 4%. Now, I find it interesting that they said for this movie, Cuties is a 2020 French coming-of-age comedy drama. I was trying to figure out where was the comedy. Written and directed by French Senegalese Mamoya Douche. I think that's pretty much the person who read it, the director. In her feature directorial debut, the film stars a Fatima Youssef, Mendeline editing. Pretty much that's a little girl, and pretty much what you're going to be seeing is, goddamn, dude. Literally, the critics gave it all a 1. Like, it's and then somebody gave it a 5, but I don't know. These 5 people are probably going to hell, and everybody else just gave it a 1, and that was 7,234. But that
the person who gave it a 5 is part of the agenda.
Yeah, we know we already know who that is.
Yeah, it's the one person who kind of flaked. That's who gave it a 5.
They had to give it a 5. There's no way else that would have got a 5, dude. We were trying going hard for that, man.
They logged in from different accounts.
Opposite of what it is accused of being David Fear. Wow, David Fear, Rolling Stone. Wow, like you got to, y'all. I don't know. There's a part of some people are probably going to be going to hell. Whoever made this movie is probably going to go to hell. Now, let's go on. So
okay.
You have it where you're going to have it later on. 5 minutes later on, she sees the girl. Amy watches the Spanish girl dancing, and as you said, she was ironing her hair. And you know, black ladies, y'all know that y'all hair can't do it like some other people's hair. And can't iron. Okay, she tried to do that, and what we find out from Amy, she's highly impressionable. If she sees other people doing it, she will do it too. At first.
Because remember we'll wait. Yeah, you're right. I'm jumping ahead. So yes, she was highly impressionable at first, before she became the villain. So you're right. Yes, at first she was highly impressionable until she decided to go from Jesus to Lucifer, and that's when it got real.
Now I must warn you that Amy is a klepto. She's a klepto. I just want you to know this.
And a liar. And
she's a klepto and a liar. She likes to lie and she likes to steal. Long before she thought it up, This little girl likes to steal shit a lot of shit. So it just goes down the shit tube. Now we're going about towards these girls. Now, when she sees this girl dancing and thotting it up, the girls come out this is how the girls go to school, dressed like,
girls looking like Atlantic City hookers.
Very, very well said. Now, go ahead, Screen. Why is it that they do these things? These girls go out there dressed the way that they dress.
They want attention from the older guys who are like 18 plus. And I don't know if we're jumping ahead, but I'm gonna throw it out here now. We'll throw it out later. They basically are dressing like that, voguing to get the attention of 18 plus guys, and they're willing to lie about their age in order to get this attention. And all this was unprompted.
Yes, it was. So she watches these girls very curiously. Amy watches the girls very curiously because she's highly enticed by the girl. She's highly enticed. She sneaks off, and this shirt right here. Now, Amy's family, they're from Senegal. They don't have a lot of money like that, okay? They like to call her poor, stingy. Amy likes to wear her little, if you notice, most of the girls like putting their fingers in their mouth to try to look like sexy little preemie whores. And yes, it is fair for me to call them that because I'm sorry. Listen, I try to find the light somewhere in this dark heart, but right now, even that's her little brother's shirt. She's wearing her little brother's shirt. She tries to show her belly, show some skin, and the first thing the girls have her do is take a camera to go into the boys' bathroom, and the girls are talking about how they watch penis videos. They were talking about their one of the girls' brothers' penises, and they were.
I got there.
I had never heard kids talk about penis so much.
They were joking about sexual assault and penises.
Yeah. God.
Yeah. Yes. It is that bad. Go ahead.
14 minutes in, the girls are talking about getting anally raped and also about taking it from the butt and also the mouth. Now, why in anybody's right mind would 11-year-olds talk about getting stick from the front and the back and talk about throwing up and getting raped? This gets dark. This gets really dark. So the girls are like, they want to see some dick, and Amy goes along with the group, and she's like, she don't know what to do. So the girls are like, go in the boys' bathroom while the boys are taking a piss, and she wants her to film the boy peeing that all the girls like. So Amy goes in the bathroom while all the other girls are staring at the boys. And it's pretty interesting that the girls are very raunchy to talk about sex and all kind of stuff. Screen, I leave it up to you on that side.
At 11 years old. And so just kind of backing up, the mom was self-harming herself because her husband was taking in a second wife, and there was aspects that Faith was making the mom do what she didn't want to do, which was to accept the second wife. And throughout the entire movie, and even towards the end, it's really about leaving your faith, breaking tradition, and living in the world where like an Instagram thought would exist in, as far as being thoughty and thoughting it up. And so before the joke about the assault and penises, there was a scene where the main character, also known as Amy, I'll refer to her as the main character, the anti-hero, if you will. There was the father had, I guess, delivered some stuff to the home, and there was a delivery man there. Well, the main character, she went into the delivery man's vehicle to get something and stole the guy's phone. That is the turning point. Well, that's where a lot of the events had escalated from, was her having his phone, and for whatever reason, he had no lock on his phone. When his phone was missing, he didn't report it missing. He didn't turn it off. And the main character had access to the internet through his social media accounts. So she started to take pictures of herself
on Tinder.
And she started to go to different, I guess it was YouTube, and she just started looking up dance videos, seeing older girls dressed raunchy and popping, dropping, and doing a whole bunch of WAP stuff. So the phone, so when she started taking pictures of herself and posting it to that social media account, she didn't like sign up for anything. She was posting it under that guy's account. So now it's kind of like, how is this? You know, it was a lot of, I'm gonna say, they really wanted you to suspend your they really wanted you to suspend your belief. They wanted you to have leaps of logic to kind of go with this, because the goal was just for 11-year-old girls to be thoughting it up. That's really what they wanted to do. They wanted you to turn your brain off and to see this stuff. And kind of addressing the chat, somebody said, it's not for men. This movie is not for anybody. It's not meant for children. It's not meant for men, not meant for women, because it gets that suggestive, it gets that bad. And one more thing for passing it back to you, BMT, the main character was peer pressured by the fast cutie girls to take a picture of the boy's genitals while he's using the bathroom. And after that, that's when she used the stolen phone to look at older women dancing provocatively. And that's when the nerd girl with the glasses, that's when she gives the main character lip gloss, and they're all walking around in some little bitty tight shorts. So BMT, back to you.
Thank you. So the girl likes to watch, after a while, she started to watch them more vicariously to learn more about them. And one of the things that she would do was watch how they would dance. Now, this is amazing how they go over the social pressures of women, how they would show how they would call her poor and flat booty, and also all kinds of stuff. Now, I was trying to figure out, like, where's the lesson in all of this? Because literally body shaming a girl. You know, they call her flat booty, and all that. Now, interesting enough, the girls, they started, the more that they got sexualized, the more older teenage boys would want to come and try to get at them. So the girl at 11 years old, see, Amy had to learn how to thought it up to their level. She was just learning. They were like, whenever teenage boys would ask them, so how old are you? The girls would say 15, 16. Amy would say, we're 11. And they were like, Amy, you don't say that. And we're like, holy crap. Weren't y'all just in the bathroom talking about rape and anal? Now y'all talking about getting teenage boys and blowing them off in the park? And this is very concerning. And I gotta pull out something I noticed the most. Okay, let's go ahead and pull it out something. Okay, the dumbest and craziest girl in the pack, I'm sorry, would go right here. She would probably get the medal. Sorry.
At first.
Listen,
first.
anybody to doggone blow up a condom.
Oh, hold on. Before you get to that, we got
I'm just saying.
Before you get to that. Before you get to that. All right, there's three things, and then I'll let you finish up with the condom. It's just three things that we missed. So the main character, she uses her phone to watch a tip drill video like that Nelly did during religious service, and so everybody else is praying. She's sitting there watching tip drill videos, and then after watching videos like that nonstop with this phone, which she had no charger to and had no access to anything, but somehow it, suspension of belief, right? So at that point, that made her start looking at the curves of other women and start noticing sexuality. And then the main character's father had called her. The main character, for whatever reason, didn't want to be bothered with him, probably because of the new wife, which is a part of their tradition, their culture. The main character takes the only phone this poor family has, puts it out the window and drops it. The mother doesn't do anything. The mother's just like, oh, well. The other thing is, like BMT says, they lied to older boys about their age, and they openly said that they were influenced by Kim Kardashian, and that now this is BMT. You can take it back about the blow up situation.
Now, it amazes me their mindset about sex, and I want you to understand that when we talk about, because I know a lot of people are asking right now, like, so what are the mothers doing? What is the mother doing? What are the parents? Understand, this is a girl who is mentally combating culture. If you notice throughout the movie, every time they talk about something wholesome, she would go do the polar opposite. Now, there's an older woman called Auntie. She is the older woman that oversees the daughter and the children of that household. She tells her, hey, listen up. You are the wife. It's your job to take care of your children, take care of the man. You are a woman. Woman up. Okay? Her hearing that her dad is going to get another wife, she gets angry and feels a certain type of way. Understand, because a lot of people are criticizing that. That is their culture. That is their mindset. That is how they are in that time. Understand, they are coming from an impoverished culture. Okay? So in an impoverished culture, I know some people feel a certain type of way, but literally a man that can take on multiple wives, he would actually have to have what? Money. Which we can say he has been sending them money. I mean, granted, they are not at the top, but however, he's sending them clothes. All the clothing that she gets is pretty modest. Covers her up. It's actually decent. She has nice clothes, shoes, and everything. So, in saying that the father and the mother neglect her, the mother would it be fair to say the mother abuses herself? Because she was
she said she was self-harming on the bed when she got the news about the second wife after I guess the aunt was talking to her or whatever. And that kind of it's a foreshadowing to the end. Now that I think about it, it's kind of foreshadowing the end with the mom self-harming because of her faith and not wanting to accept that the entire house was going to be old, decrepit, used, impoverished, except for the room that was being created for the husband and his new wife. So the mother was struggling with the faith and tradition too, but she was going along to getting along, and that's kind of foreshadowing when she started hurting herself.
Right. Another thing that we have to understand throughout this movie is because right now we're close to 30 minutes in, is that she has a hard time adjusting to her own culture. I guess we're seeing it whereas too she's like, why should I conform or actually go along with other women? Now, granted, other women are telling her, hey, like, it's not that bad. You know what? You'll have a family. You'll be taken care of. The girls, their concept of that is literally especially with watching how the other girl is like blowing on a condom, a used condom, and literally different other stuff. They start washing her mouth out with soap. So we already know that they don't talk too much to them about it. Another thing is how you can see how some of the girls interact with one. None of the girls are really from the UK. They're kind of more so from other parts of the world. Like, I think the two black girls, one is from Senegal, the other one is from another part of Africa, because she mentions going back to her village. The Hispanic girls are from Spanish origin or Italian origin. The only one who might be from that area of the UK might actually be the white girl. Now, a very interesting fact was that the girls would go on FaceTime and ask older men or college, high school boys to show their penises. But they would not, but the girls would never cam up. But they would want guys to masturbate for them online. And this is very, y'all got it. Y'all guys, listen, man, this movie just goes, it doesn't get better. I can promise you that. These girls do the most. So, and wanting, wanting the boys to masturbate, you have it where the main character sits down with the Spanish girl, and they have a moment where they begin to talk, and they start to talk about how the Spanish girl's parents is always working, and the Spanish girl's parents are telling her, you need to straighten up, you need to go get a job. I mean, you need to go do well with your schooling. You know, they're working 2 and 3 jobs, and that shows you that a lot of the families that are immigrant, a lot of them are all immigrant families. But the thing about it is the parents and the older children are more so about working. These girls are bucking against their tradition and going into a whore culture, slut culture of sex, deviancy, talking about rape, blowjobs, having stuff. And they start to talk about they want to be dancers. Now, the dancing that the girls that they want to compete against are pretty much, what would you say, like 17 or 18-year-old girls?
Yeah, they're probably like 18, yeah.
Right. And those girls are in the dance competition. Now, the main character in the group, they want to be in it too. But however, that would mean they would have to start to advance their whoredom. And so they are like, we have to practice. Shout out to TPOT for the $5 super chat. Man, it's a bad movie, Prophet. I would tell y'all to stay away. That's why me and Screen, we did our job and report on it. Now, a thing I wanted to tell y'all about that was that for the fact that Amy, she starts becoming more resentful towards her father and her mother. Her mother is busy working, taking care of the family, and getting ready for the new wife. Amy is busy going in the bathroom, playing with herself, dancing, twerking. They literally had it where there were scenes where she would lay on the bathroom floor and hump the bathroom floor for times on end while taking pictures of her butt and stuff and sending it on social media. I don't know.
On the guy's social media. The delivery guy's social media.
The guy's social media. Like, I'm like, who is liking this little girl's pictures on social media? Like, she would take butt pics of her clit, of her wearing drawers and stuff, and then immediately she would get likes. And I was like, this is crazy. This is madness. So I'm going to go ahead and let me read the super chat. Shout out to Kai. She says, these topics aren't easy to discuss. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you, Kai. I want you to understand, and I'm being very honest. Me and Screen wanted to stop watching it just 30 minutes in.
Yeah, it's that bad.
It gets it. Whoever said you're gonna learn something in that movie, they're full of shit. There is nothing to learn. You are watching goddamn kitty porn. Listen, ladies, if your boyfriend gets a hard on at watching that movie, you might need to get the fuck out. If anybody gets somehow attracted, you might want to get out. I pass it over to Screen.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick up a few things that we kind of missed, and we'll catch it up. So the black girl picks up a used condom off the ground, puts it up to her mouth, blows into it to simulate, and then puts it under her shirt to simulate breasts. They FaceTime a grown man, like BMT was saying. They tell him they wanted him to touch them. There was kind of a bit of fat shaming, I say, by the director, because
she does.
The chubby girl, originally there was 4 cuties, and the chubby girl was kind of like removed from the cuties group where they got into an argument because the heavyset girl accidentally had them cam up. So when the heavyset girl accidentally had them cam up, and the grown man saw that they were little children and told them to get off the internet, they got really upset with the chubby girl and replaced her with the main character. All of the males and men in the movie were godly, or they were just like saints. Well, except for like one. We'll get to that. But pretty much all of the men, well, everybody was respectful except for one man. And we'll get to that when the time comes. But after the chubby girl was removed from the cuties group and they brought in the main girl started showing off moves she learned from watching the older girls in the videos, in the tip drill videos. When the main girl started showing the other cuties the dance moves, that's when they went from being somewhat fast to just flat out raunchy when the main girl corrupted the cuties. And so at that point, the cuties started acting fast and loose with dance moves, and they the abandoning of tradition really started to hit home at the 50-minute mark. And that's when they started that's when I believe the director was trying to use dance as freedom from being a traditional woman. But that's not what you gave us, Mrs. Director. You didn't give us freedom from dance. You gave us 11-year-old girls being raunchy. And then I'll say this and pass it back to you, BMT. The cuties, at that point, they started to booty pop and twerk for a dance audition. And you can see the judges tell them, like, yeah, that's good, that's good. So back to you, BMT.
Yeah, so listen. This one right here, she ain't no goddamn saint. Her goddamn, this is the gatekeeper, Angelica. But the main character wanted to be included so badly. And we saw it whereas she started to progress. And the mother was more so concerned with her doing her duties. And literally, I got 3 kids to take care of, plus I'm also working. Amy, I need you to get your shit together. And the mother would start seeing her do stuff and, try to ignore it. Now, along with that, learning that a lot of these girls, from what we know, these 3 have a pretty fractured background. We probably want to put her in there, but most likely these three have a pretty fractured background. When it comes to Amy, for the most that we know is that she's having family issues, and so what goes on to happen, excuse me, is that after getting caught, she has a thing about stealing. She stole all her family's money and ran off to Victoria's Secrets. After I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, it happened around the time where they went to the dance competition. Now, Amy did not want to be there. She wanted to be there, but she had to help with getting ready for her father's wedding. And the family was trying to teach her how to become a respectable woman. Cook, clean, dress, about, womanhood and femininity, those types of things. Amy rebuked that type of mindset and said, hell with that. No. Around that time, it got really bad. This has probably really angered me. Whereas to she started teaching the girls on how to grab their vaginas, how to hump. It just got really dark. And she had the girls over sexualized. That's where the director definitely probably lost everybody. Because if she was trying to show the world how the world sexualizes them, literally she lost that. She was trying to show the world or dance sexualizes them. Literally, how would you explain social media and literally that Amy had a klepto problem of stealing? Another issue that was going on that we noticed that and I'm trying to keep my composure on a lot of these things because I just could never find a reason you could not possibly show this in college. I don't think no college in their right mind would ever play Cuties. Nobody. We should have just canceled and banned this doggone movie. Whoever thought it was something of a teachable moment, they lied, dude. They lied. You can learn more from watching Belly than watching this filth. This is nothing conducive for women or men, or definitely ain't no dang children. We see it whereas to after the point, Amy gets into a fight with one of the girls because the girls found out that they won a dance contest when they're at the laser tag.
Here we go.
And Amy, now they're about to go to jail.
Hold on. Before you do that, I just want one more thing that we missed. Big Mom,
dude, it gets darker.
And I'll pass it back to you for the laser tag. I'll let you tackle that one. But kind of going back, Big Mama talked about child marriage to the main character after the main character had her first period.
God.
The mom told the main character that she is a woman now and that basically she could be married off. Okay, that's the only thing we missed. You can take it for the laser tag, and you can just take it all the way to the end of the scene.
Well,
and then
okay,
do the heavy lifting.
Okay. So Amy and her friends go to laser tag. Now, one guy catches them, right? And you got to understand. Shout out to the director for showcasing that literally that these girls, when the security guard grabbed them and said, I need your phone number to call your parents, they said, stop. We are going to scream and say that you are trying to rape us. And I'm like, what? Little 11-year-old girls are telling a grown adult, if you grab me, I'm going to say you raped me. And I'm like, oh, snap. So then the other guy comes around and says, hey, what's going on? And he's like, oh, they're trying to rape us. And he's trying to touch us. And the guy was like, okay, let's call the police. Amy, the main character, said, fuck this. We're dancers. And we're about to go to the dance contest. Amy starts doing some coochie popping booty clap dance in front of a grown man. And he's like, whoa, this is pretty hot. And the other girls are like, go, Amy, go, Amy, go, Amy. And they're starting to dance around her while she's popping her booty. And the other dude is like staring at the captain like, dude, how are you turned on watching 4 little girls pop their vaginas at you and moan in front of you? And he's like, you know what? Yeah, I can see that y'all are dancing. There was no dancing. It was strict titty porn after that. It was just straight, just, it outdid WAP.
Yeah, it did. Well, not this part. Not this part. The next scene outdid WAP. So this is kind of putting my 2 cents for that scene.
Go ahead.
So the Cuties, once they got caught by the attendant who was like, hey, I'm gonna call the cops on you, or at least, what's your parents' number so I can call the parents, that's when they started to try to Me Too the worker and said, oh, stop trying to cop a feel. And they told the worker that if he were to tell, they'll say that he's a child molester. And then when the manager came, that's when the main character, also known as Amy, started to kind of like do dirty wine on him.
Oh, yes.
Do the dirty wine type of dancing. And the manager was feeling it. The manager was like
whining on a grown man being recorded on a film while he's getting turned on.
So the manager's like, yeah, let's get it. Let's go ahead and, you know, and then the coworker was like, really? But the coworker didn't really step in and say anything until after the girls were released and allowed to go scot-free. The very next scene, I don't know what the hour mark is, but the very next scene is when they basically did WAP times 3. Oh, it was more like, to me, it was like the tip drill video, but times 2. I'll say it was kind of like that, and it got really hard to watch at that point because the original poster that Netflix put out there is exactly what it is. They got onto the steps outside the movie theater.
I've never seen so many close-up of little girl vaginas and sports bras and licking stuff and all kind of shit. I was like, dude, we might need to stop watching this.
And that's when they started putting the finger in the mouth to symbolize that they have accepted the thought culture or just being thoughtalicious. Like it was after the movie theater. It was kind of like the scene from the Joker. Have you seen the movie the Joker?
Oh yeah.
You know how on the steps he was doing the dance and
Yep.
he actually became the Joker at that point. That's pretty much how the Cuties were at that point. They became officially little whores. At that point, they became little whores when they danced. They did all that BS. It was really bad. If you are gonna watch it, fast forward past the steps because ain't nothing. That part is the devil. That part right there was just completely. It was completely obnoxious, and the director was basically just giving people kiddie porn.
Now, 1 hour and 1 minute in, Amy comes to school dressed in all her thought magical garments. And everybody in the school was like, wow, is that Amy? And all the girls were like, wow, who is this? Dudes were staring, crotch looking at her. All the other girls were like, yes, you are that bad. You had grown boys just eye gouging her, everything. I was like, holy shit, dude. Where are the teachers for this? What is the dress code at this point? And it just goes to the point where Amy, the girls are like, yeah, we did it. So they go outside and Amy and the girls are out there chilling. Now, one of the girls who's older, she takes a soda can, and throws it at Amy and them. Okay? Amy goes over there and starts to fight the girl. The other girls pull down Amy's drawers and show her panties in front of all the school while the other girls are fighting her. Now, for whatever reason, right? For whatever reason, now they're calling Amy a little girl, and they're like, wait, Amy's a little girl and all that stuff, and they're all laughing and taking pictures. Now, you have it where boys are running up and taking pictures of her butt cheeks and stuff, and little girls, and they're sharing it on social media. And what happens is the girls are like, Amy, they're calling us little kids. And so Amy's like, how can I fix this? And what she does is she says, well, damn. First off, we got to go to Victoria's Secret.
Exactly.
We got to go to Victoria's Secret, girls. We have to step up our game of slut walk. There's only one way. Buy the best coochie cutter thongs and bras and everything else and go full high hole Cardi into the void of non-forgiving. Screen, let me know if I need to pass it over to you. I've done wrote out my Bible scripture of note. If I could go to Netflix and take out that film, I would have done it a long time ago.
Yeah, so yeah, it was the multiple close-up of crotches and booties on the steps. The main character became a hoochie mama at that point.
Full on.
And then the older girls pulled the pants down, and after the main girl started to fight, the main character, the klepto, she stole money from the family, like a lot of money, and that's what she used to take her friends shopping at the Victoria's Secret and took her little brother with them. And that's when everybody started using the finger in the mouth symbolism, finger in the mouth to symbolize raunchiness. And at that point, after then, that's when this is the part where it was one of the worst parts of the movie, when the main character was confronted by the maintenance guy, not the maintenance guy, but the delivery guy.
You're skipping a part.
Okay.
Because the mom saw the little boy had a joint.
Oh, right. Okay.
And she was like, yep. Go ahead.
No. I pass it on to you because okay. I forgot. Yeah.
So, listen, there comes a time when, as a parent, you can nip these things in the bud. And the mother saw the path the daughter was going. Okay. And she literally said, where did you get this? And the girl told her he found it in the park. Ain't no way you find no damn high-tech Radio Shack droid in a park. But she said, okay, you know what? That makes sense. So what goes on to happen from there, they start making dinner. The mother has a heart attack, or like a faint seizure from stress, from dealing with her rebellious daughter who's WAP incarnated. The wedding, she's working over hours, taking care of family, which shows you that these women put on a lot of stress in their culture. And Amy doesn't do nothing when she falls to the ground. She doesn't move. She doesn't even blink. She's just sitting at the plate, just eating her food. The brother, the child, jumps to the ground to check to see if the mother is okay. Says, Amy, mom. Amy don't move. She's like, what's on my social media? Yeah. Like, I need to know if I'm winning. So, we got to be real. No, Kane, the little brother did not tell on her because literally the little brother went alongside with the lie. All he did was point at Amy and said, Amy, you take it from here. Oh, we found it at the park. That was it. The mother did not chastise her then. In other words, she let it grow and fester. That was really problematic because then they woke her up early in the morning to start preparing for the wedding. Now, Auntie is trying to say, okay, we got to start getting you ready for this wedding. We got to start teaching you traditions for the wedding. Now, that was a lot of food. They had to cook like what, a whole day's worth of food for half a village or a complex of people.
Yeah.
And she pulled it off. They pulled it off. That shows you like them women, they do a lot. Now, however, Amy, women of their culture carry the bowls and the items on their head as symbolism of balance and posture and poise as a woman. When you carry it down like here, that's slouching, dishonesty, all kind of stuff that they frown upon. And she says, pick it up and carry it like a true Sinhalese woman. That's what the auntie kept saying. Listen, pick it up. Amy refused to do that. She took the food that they spent their money on, put it over on the street, and ran off.
But if she kept it down there by her stomach because she wanted to be able to check the cell phone that she stole, and then because she kept getting text messages, so she didn't want to have the bowl on her head because she wanted to be able to be up on the phone. And then when she got a message for the dance rehearsal, that's why she put the bowl on the side and ran off. At that point, it was like she was running away from tradition, running away from responsibility, just trying to thaw it up. And then she went to the dance rehearsal, the dance, not a rehearsal, but like a tryout. The door was locked, so she couldn't get in there. The other cuties were basically doing her dance moves, and then they kind of got into an altercation afterwards, the cuties and the main character, and that's when they dismissed the main. That's when they got into it. They went their separate ways, and then that's where the hallway scene took place.
Oh God!
Do you want to tackle the hallway scene? You want me to just keep going?
Please.
So in the hallway scene, the phone, the stolen phone rung, and the delivery driver was right there in the hallway. He was like, "Oh, it's my stolen phone. You told me you didn't know where it was." Somehow they had that conversation. Maybe it got cut from the movie. And while they're kind of like tussling with the phone, at that point, she started to take her clothes off to offer herself to him to keep the phone. And so she's taking off her shirt. She took off, she kind of unzipped her pants. And then he was like, no, you're a little kid. And he dismissed her. She ran into the bathroom. So BMT will pass it on to you, let you deliver the rest of this madness from the scene.
At that point, we should have all gone to Netflix and just burned it down. Because we knew that they went too far. That was crazy. She ran into the bathroom, and the dude banging on the door. And she was like, how can I fix this? How can I fix my image of me not looking like a little girl? So she pulls down her pants and pulls down her panties. She takes the camera, and she takes a picture of her vagina. And literally publishes it all over social media, her vagina. And she gives the guy back his phone. Now, I don't know what social media that she put that on. It couldn't have been Facebook. Couldn't have been goddamn Instagram or any of them, because usually they would catch that and shoot that down in a heartbeat. But goddamn it, I guess in the UK is a different terms of provider of what you can submit. And goddamn it. She went to school the next day. Everybody was with her. And they were all staring at her. And she felt like hey, I did it. I fixed it. And that's the thing about it that one of y'all will probably have to understand about. This is how far down the rabbit hole she done gone. Where she done started and slutted it up to a point of no return. And literally she took her pencil. When she was walking up to the board, one boy made a comment about her. And she said, "What did you say?" And he was like, "Well, everybody knows that you're a slut." And she said, "No, I'm not. But you just showed everybody your vagina on social media." And literally, she said, "No, I'm not." And she started fighting some of the kids in the school. She takes a pencil and stabs the boy in his hand. The mom, she has to leave. The mom confronts her. She was like, "Who the hell are you and where did you come from?" And you see, that's when I was like, yeah, Mom, finally, you're confronting this entity, whatever it is, of the main character. And the mom was actually going into tradition mode, where you denounce that type of behavior from your family, your household, and your culture. See, that's how traditional families of their kind, they will do to people of that type of mindset. They don't keep you. They just get rid of you. They just literally just exile you. Or, like the mom says, I should just kill you. That is possibly the only thing I can do to possibly keep. She says, you not only humiliated me, you humiliated your father, you humiliated the family. Best thing we can do is just kill you. Now, Auntie steps in because by that time, the mother is just beating her and hitting her all on her back, which I was like, go mom. Because in most of those countries, when a woman gets that far gone, they usually take you out there and whip you and beat you to death and most likely lop off your head. Not my rules. That's just how they are. Why you think thought culture is not huge over there? And Iron Screen can tell you that. They have a interesting system of how to nip wop in the butt. Now, that's their culture. I know some people don't agree with it. I'm just telling you, the movie did that service right. Now, that was pretty graphic. Now, going further from that, the grandma says, we can save her. So they got the girl with her hands out like some exorcist stuff, and she's in her drawers in a t-shirt, and they're throwing oil all on the girl. Why did they throwing baby oil on her? The girl is so in thought culture, she starts to twerk and gyrate and hump the ground like some spirit of whoredom.
While they're trying to exorcise the demon, they're trying to exorcise the demon, throwing holy oil, saying incantations. The whole time they're throwing holy oil, she's getting wet. She's just dancing. She's booty popping. She's twerking. Pee popping on a handstand. Womp. She's doing all that the whole time that they're getting her wet with this holy water, holy oil, trying to exorcise the demon out of her. And
getting her wet and oiled up while she's twerking and humping and coochie popping on the ground. An 11-year-old. This movie doesn't get any better. I don't know how the hell we can fix it. Go ahead, Screen. Go ahead.
And it's unrealistic because the next scene, the cuties turn on the main girl.
Uh-oh.
Because they're upset that she took a picture of herself, of her genitals, and put it on the internet. So the Cuties girls, they're like, we're not really about that life. We're just here to play. When you did that, now people think that we're whores and we're not whores. So the Cuties, they wanted to be seen as women, a coming of age, like the director lied and said this was. But the main girl at that point, she went from being the impressionable, traditional young girl to where all that was removed from her and she was officially Madonna. So the Cuties turned on Madonna, the main girl, Amy, whatever you want to call her, and the main girl was out of control because she was telling them, let's dance, like it was the movie The Temptations, where he's like, we need to dance. We need to hurry up and dance. We need to go and dance. So the cutie girls, they're not feeling it anymore. They don't want to dance. The main girl is clearly out of control. And the control, and then I personally thought it wasn't going to get any more crazy until the next scene where the main girl is in the Cuties attire, like the poster. She hides behind the wall. I'm thinking, why is she hiding at this wall? BMT, if you want to take it over and kind of explain the rest of the scene, go ahead. Yes.
The main girl, because the crew, they take back the chubby girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Yasmin, you're fat, but you're not crazy. Not like Amy. Amy's crazy and just too gone. Even they said, you're too gone. You're local. And she's like, no, we have to dance. We have to thought it up. We have to live. We have to be about this life. Now, the girl literally goes and tries to and pushes the other girl in the water. The other girl almost died. I don't think she couldn't swim.
She couldn't swim. Luckily, she had something in her hand that was floating and she was able to hold on to. But she would have died.
She would have died.
The main character was just sitting there watching, like, if she dies, she dies. Like it's Rocky 3.
And I was like, yo, is being a thought that powerful that you were willing to kill for a competition with girls who don't even like you, don't even want you around or appreciate you? And I was like, what the hell are we watching? Now, Amy shows up and stares at them right at the time when they have to go on stage, and they're like, oh, hell no. She's crazy. And they're like, Angelica's like, oh, well, like, she dances better anyway, and we got to put her on there. That performance was porn.
Yeah, it was.
It was so bad, even the people in the audience had to close their eyes. All they did was pop, lock, coochie, 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 pop, and grab themselves and finger themselves on stage. That was it. There was no dance. There was
and
no
bumping cats. They do the bumping cats thing.
There was nothing. It just got really bad. And I'm sorry, man. The little girl, she had a freak out moment where she ran back home. She ran back home, but she freaked out. But she's like, holy shit, I almost killed somebody. I'm on stage fingering myself in front of strangers and shit. I'm doing all this stuff, moaning and stealing and stuff. And I'm like, well, shit, you too far gone, baby. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Now, when Auntie finally sees her, it's like, what the hell is this? You see, the last thing that they could do for her was say, listen, the best thing we could do for her, find somebody who's willing to take her and marry her off. Because she's going to be damaged goods. And they were right. Amy, the main character, was no more than just damaged goods. And so, the mother said, leave my daughter alone. I accept her for the whore she is. Come, my child. And she gives her a hug like she symbolizes I embrace thought culture.
Yeah.
The auntie's like, you crazy bitch. Like, do you know what you just done?
That was it. The whole movie, it was kind of foreshadowing the whole movie, except for when she started beating up the main character after the main character had put the pencil in the other student's hand. But the whole movie was foreshadowing that the mom was going to accept the thoughtiness, and it came full circle after it got completely raunchy at the end. And after the main character woke up after 5 minutes of thawing it up on stage, that after the mother embraced her, there was a shot on the bed where they had the dress, the traditional dress, they had the Cuties outfit that's on the poster, and the main character walked out with the empowerment clothes at the one scene where she's walking down the hallway and everybody notices her because she looks like an Instagram model. So she walked away from the Cuties, walked away from tradition, and just became an Instagram thought at that point. And then she walked downstairs. The rest of her family are celebrating this wedding. They're celebrating tradition, celebrating womanhood, celebrating everything that is right in the world. Everyone's excited. They're celebrating. They're eating. They're celebrating together. She walks outside, which was symbolic of her walking out into the world and leaving tradition behind, leaving conservatism behind, leaving the past behind, and embracing Instagram, embracing the Western way of living. And that's when there were people who were doing the jump rope. And to me, the jump rope symbolized that when you're going to be in the thought game, it's going to be like double dutch, because on one thing you want to get in there, you want to get attention, you want to thought it up, you want to be loose, but you don't want to be too loose where people are kind of like not accepting you. So her jumping into the double dutch, or maybe it was a single dutch, and jumping to me, and then when the camera started going up towards the clouds, to me, it symbolized that this is just a movie and it's going to be all right when it started to go up to the clouds. But as the camera panned up to the clouds, the main character kept coming into view. Like, you think you're going to get some relief? You think you're going to get some heaven? No, you're not getting anything. You're going to have this main character's a thought. That's what all your daughters are going to be if you're not careful. Because if you notice the whole movie, and I'll pass back to you to say this, the whole movie, the symbolism was there was no father around. And because there was no father around, thoughting it up. When the mom was unhappy with what's going on and she couldn't hide the unhappiness, thoughting it up. And the main character was just originally bad. Yeah, the Cuties, they had the dance team, but the main character saw the tip drill from the stolen phone that she lied about and introduced them to tip drill moves and had them become the Cuties. So to me, just the camera panning up to the heavens, letting you know it's just a movie, it's going to be all right. But then the main character kept popping up into view, and you had no relief from her until the screen went black for the credits. Symbolized that this is the new normal. Get over it. You can do your petitions. You're not going to do anything. And Cuties is here to stay. BMT, I'll pass it back to you.
That was beautiful. Because honestly,
no, it was horrible. That movie was horrible. That was horrible.
That probably was the most beautiful part when it ended.
Yeah, it was. It was rough, man. It was rough.
There was nothing to learn. Other than just watching a lost person just get lost and caught up in all kind of bad stuff. Yeah, man. I don't have nothing good to say about that movie at all. And literally, I must say, me and Screen tried hard to be we were very non-biased.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, Screen had not been there to watch the movie with me, I probably wouldn't have sat there and watched it. I think that's probably why it's best that we do these movie reviews on these type of things, because literally, I would have quit watching. I could never find a reason why anybody in their right mind would try to get this movie in that work. Now, y'all can go ahead and watch the movie for yourself. Screen, what do you give this movie? Out of 1 out of 5.
With 1 being bad, does it have to? So I know most people would be like, I give it a 0. But to be fair, in my opinion, because of the influential capabilities on culture, because this is something that's never really been made before. People can compare it to other movies, but there's nothing else like it. Because of the takeaways, because of the fact that there was no story arc. Well, the main character did have a story arc, but it was just like she started off bad and ended worse. And just the fact that it seemed like all of the characters who were positive, from the adults, the boys, it seemed like they were somewhat the villains, stopping her on this thoughty path. And I don't like that the main character's path was that of going from being a juvenile delinquent to flat out getting, preparing herself for human trafficking. So I give this a 1 out of 5.
That was very nice of you. I'm gonna give this movie a 2. An effort for trying out of 5. I am going to say, it's just a 2. It was too flopside. We never found out what happened to the other cuties. We never found out if they won. We never found out the other girl actually made it back to land. We don't know what's going to happen to her. There's a lot of unanswered questions. So you guys, we got to ask the question that, hey, please be very mindful when you watch this movie. I apologize about that, Tarby. I thought you was a troll. And you can give your own critique. Now, this is my critique. I'm pretty sure me and ScreenLearning are like on the same page of this movie, and we have fun. We had a blast. I think we're planning on doing some more movie reviews and critiques on films, and that's cool. And I mean that's very dope. That's another avenue that we're looking at heading down. But as far as it goes, this movie right here, it was the most. This movie will never come down to me.
Yeah, and there were a lot of plot holes, like the delivery driver, his social media account being flooded with an 11-year-old girl and provocative poses and nude. There was no pushback from that. Another plot hole was the main character stole all this money from the family. It was kind of like, oh, well. Another thing was the little girl stabbed the other student in the hand. There was no follow-up with that. They didn't show the father's new wife. I was curious to see how she was looking. I still think that she was old. Another plot hole. Another plot hole. What I would say would be,
did they win?
Yeah, did they win? As far as that money, what happened with that? To me, that seemed like those are the major plot holes. Hopefully, this is the end, and there's no Cuties Part 2. We don't need no more of this.
No, we don't.
I don't know what Netflix was thinking when they put this on, because the CEO was interviewed about CNN, or an interview by CNN about something not related to Cuties, and nobody asked him about Cuties. So I think this is bigger than what we think it is. I definitely think it's like an agenda, And unfortunately, I don't think this is the end. This is just. I think it's going to get much worse. It's NC-17, so children or people under the age of 18 can't see it. It's a movie with nothing but children as the main characters, the bad guys, all the parents or all the adults and the boys that they were trying to entice. It's like they're almost viewed as getting in the way of these girls being thoughts. And that's really the message, is that the main characters, they really didn't have a story arc because they started off fast and curious, and they ended up just flat out Madonna, flat out Lil' Kim, flat out Cardi B. And also there really wasn't any stakes in place. I didn't feel that at any time that the cuties were in danger of sexual assault or were in danger of being hurt. If anything, I felt that the other characters were in danger because of the whole Me Too aspect, because of the fact that if you got in the cuties' way, they were going to say things like call you a child molester. They were going to try to talk you into doing things like they did with the guy on the internet while the camera was off. They were lying about their age to people who were clearly 18. It was just a lot of the. I didn't really have that feeling that I was emotionally invested and that there were any stakes at place. So there really wasn't a plot, because the money for the contest at the end, it wasn't made clear why they wanted to enter that contest to get the money. It was just to prove that they're women. But then it's just like, okay, being in the contest, you can do that dancing on the street. What's the difference? And it just seemed like what somebody really wanted was a movie with 11-year-old girls being raunchy, doing the walk ×5, and they just kind of just made up a story around it. There was a couple of points where it did have some promise, like with the Big Mama teaching tradition, and with the second wife, just that aspect of their tradition. There was a couple of okay moments as far as when they were in the religious area and they were all, doing their religious thing. But I just don't like how they made faith, traditionalism, and conservatism seem like the enemy, and thoughting it up is what you wanted to go to, what you wanted to venture to have freedom. They said like thoughting it up was freedom. When she exited the house at the celebration and walked out into the world, I swear the sun was brighter. People who were out there, they were people with different types of clothing. Different types of yeah. So I definitely don't think it's worth watching. I would want to talk to someone who is going to defend this movie as worth watching, or that it is something that is not a hot pile of garbage. I want to talk to that person. That's who I want to talk to. I don't want to do a response video. I don't want to do a back and forth of email. I would want to talk on a panel with someone who was like, you're wrong, ScreenLearning. You're wrong, BMT. This movie should be at least PG. Yes, you saw the scene with the steps. Yes, you got the Me Too. Yes, you got this. Yes, you got that. Yes, you got the close-up of the crotches, close-up of the booties. Yes, you took a picture. I want someone to tell me that after us watching this crap for an hour and 30 minutes, time that we can't get back, pieces of our soul that are now lost, I want someone to tell me that this is a positive thing for any culture, and that this is not an agenda, that it shouldn't have been petitioned. Because remember, we were charged with, you got to see the movie before you judge it. We saw the movie. It's just like the poster. Point blank, period. Okay, I'm done. I'm done ranting. Go ahead. Oh, BMT, you there?
Yeah, I was actually reading the. I can't see y'all stuff. So I actually have to read all of y'all stuff. So don't think I'm not reading y'all.
I thought your soul was. Remember we talked about if we go to hell.
No,
I recorded.
I'm actually reading everybody's stuff. So that's why sometimes I hold the phone down and I'm like,
I thought you were no longer with us. I was like, oh man.
no, I was actually. I can't. No, you guys. I'm kind of strictly keeping this just to me and Kane, just to me and Screen doing this. And I'm curious because I know he has another chat going on. Again, guys, listen. I get it. The director was trying to convey something of sexualization. If she did that, she failed. I've seen a lot of Sundance film movies, City of God. And you know that film, I understood what they were conveying about the guns in the favelas. You know, I'm not sure if I've ever seen that. Have you ever seen that screen, The City of God, where it shows? It's a pretty good movie. But I've seen Sundance films. This was not something of teachable. Check out the yeah. It just like I said, man. It's just really bad. And honestly, they probably need to pull this. I would tell honestly, Netflix, if you're smart, you probably pull this. Listen, man. If anything, I saw the girls using their sexuality as a weapon.
Yeah.
Like I was like mesmerized, like, wow, are they doing that? I saw little girls talking about getting blowjobs and having sex with grown men, twerking and fingering themselves in front of strangers. But hey, what do I know? I want to thank you guys for coming through, supporting me and Screen, and going through on this one. We had a lot of fun. I enjoyed reading your comments. Thank y'all for the donation. I wanted to read all your comments. I couldn't read them all. And God damn it, man! It's gonna be. We'll do another movie. We'll definitely do some movies.
Yeah.
That type of intensity, you guys. I gotta tell y'all ain't missing nothing and not seeing that movie. Y'all really aren't. It's just really interesting the type of propaganda that is being pushed out onto the masses. It definitely that movie definitely had a lot of agendas.
A lot of agendas.
I was like, holy crap. It was like Pizzagate 2. Like, goddamn Epstein probably would have loved that movie. He was still alive. But
some positive that came out of this is now we've hammered down multi-streaming. So for like future collaborations, instead of it being to where one person has it and then the other person has to get it from that other person, this is a joint venture between BMT channel, ScreenLearning channel. It was a joint venture. I've been talking to people at my chat. You know, I've been just kind of texting and talking to them. I didn't want to interrupt the flow that we had going. So that was a positive. I think another thing is in the future, we can, you know, I can have my Netflix going. MT can have his going. Anyone else who joins us, if it's not just he and I, can have their Netflix going. We could do a live reaction while we're watching it live. Well, I just said live twice. So we could do the same type of setup where you can't hear or see the movie because of copyright, but you can hear BMT and I like talking. Because the whole time, even though I recorded myself, I'm going to delete it because I think the review that we just did was really good. So in the future, you can hear BMT and I talking to each other about the movie while it's going on in real time. I don't know when, but BMT and I will come up with a name because people don't normally do this. They don't normally do a multi-channel collaboration plus in the future live stream a movie and we do live reaction. You can hear us talking to each other. Plus we can interact with you, the audience. That way you can get the actual raw reaction, even though it's going to be a long video or it's going to be an hour and 30, 2 hour video. You'll be able to get a raw reaction from it. We can interact with you and give you a better experience for the BMT family and the screen learners. So I think that's, to me, that was a plus. I hated that we watched this Cuties movie, but we did it. Many other people aren't doing it. They're not gonna, they're gonna be like, I'm not gonna watch it. But then you got people who are gonna be for Cuties, like, well, if you didn't watch it, don't speak on it. BMT and I, we watched it. We've spoken on it. I've given it a 1 out of 5. I'm sure BMT would give it a -2 out of 5 in the future. But this was a really great experience. Thank you, BMT, for having me. I really appreciate it. And now we have another tool for our toolbox to help grow our platforms and ultimately provide a better service for you, the audience. So thanks for having me.
And thank you guys for coming through. Like the video, share the video. And yeah, guys, I really, like I said, that was my first time ever gotten to partner up and do a whole review of a movie. I had a lot of fun. Scream is definitely my movie right-hand man and partner for when we do these movies and shows. And it was really cool. Why would you even give it a damn a 1? Damn, was it that good? Shit. Listen, no, we tried. We had to force ourselves just to keep going and watching it. We literally were stopping ourselves. You muted yourself, brother. To be fair, I don't think either one of us would have actually completed this movie if we didn't have each other to actually keep motivating each other to watch that movie. Literally, we just wanted to stop at some point. And that was for us being as, model citizens, adults, parents, and just content creators. We were like, yo, this is just horrible. But hey, we did it. We said we were going to do it, and we did it. And that's what we do for our people that, this is what we do for y'all. So there you go. That way y'all don't have to watch Cuties. If y'all want to go do a review on Cuties, you can hit us up, and we will gladly, me and Screen will sit down, like, y'all know our take on it. I don't know what the hell y'all saw and visualized or thought was better. Whatever Screen told you is exactly what I was thinking, and what I told y'all was exactly what Screen was thinking. So we were pretty much one mind on accord, and we went in there very non-biased, very non-biased, and literally it just didn't get no good. We even looked for dancing. We looked for dancing, and no, that movie should have been shut down.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys later. Peace. Let us know if y'all want us to go review other movies, as long as they are not crazy. But let us know, please. People on Screen side, let Screen know so you can hit me up, and we'll do that.
Yeah.
People on BMT side, let me know, and I'll hit up Screen, and we'll review the movies. We're down for that. You know what I'm saying? So, cool. We'll see you guys later. Peace. I'm ScreenLearning. ScreenLearning, I gotta definitely make sure I showcase your channel, because
I appreciate it.
And I wouldn't be doing my job. If you guys definitely from the BMT side, please go over to the ScreenLearning side, so that way you can definitely get good content, good financial literacy advice, as well as life lessons. He also goes over a whole slew of project, mentorship, learning about economy, as well as investment. Check out his channel. He even goes over law. He goes over bills and practices and stuff. He is a very solid dude. He's my battle buddy. And he's like I said, man, y'all got to go over there and check him out, man. So do yourself a service and go over there. He got something for everybody. So I'll see you guys later. Also check out Parkland Media, another one of his channels. Peace. Y'all have a good day.
Cool. Thanks for having me.